Hello, happy third day, hackers! Woo! Yes,
Yay!
Sandy Jazz hands. I think the many times I've used Sandy Jazz hands yesterday with others is hilarious, but I think it does brighten the mood. So wow, yesterday was like a crazy day of ideation, and I had the chance to pop into a couple of groups. So I wanted to share my observations. And what I thought was like so great is you all did such a fantastic job doing some really user-oriented research on day one. You know, some of you did surveys, you got amazing response rates for the most part, right? And you collected so many great data points. And then what I saw is you were able to, from there, go and refine your how might we question, right? To tighten it, to focus it more, and use that as a really great starting point for ideation. So I thought that was really, really cool. So I'm really excited about today, where you're going to land today. Sandy, what are your impressions from yesterday? Because I know you were on the ground. Sandy, to ground control.
Yes, we had a blast in our team and so many rich and good ideas. And I'm really excited about prototyping today. But you know what really strikes me is how it feels to be coming up with solutions at a time when so many of us feel so helpless and frustrated, and maybe we haven't changed our shirt in a while. Um, to be able to be with people that we've never met before, and really get to know each other as we're building solutions that will impact other people. And this has been just such a beautiful process at this time. So Nicole, I just want to give a big shout out to you for pulling us all together to do something bigger than ourselves.
Oh,
Jazz
thank you.
hands.
Just hands. Well, thank you. I think you guys are all the people who make it happen. You know, the participants, you are amazing, and you're like hanging in there the entire weekend. The challenge stewards, you know, you're so inspiring with the challenges that you brought. The mentors who have been really super hands-on with all the skills and expertise that you have, and then the moderators who are really driving the process. So um, super excited. Okay, so let's talk about today. So today is what I would call crunch day in consulting. Today is probably the day where we have the most structure in terms of milestones and deadlines, right? So let me just go over the deadlines and then over each deliverable. And that's also in the project documentation and in the FAQs, but I'll call that out a little bit, in specific in the FAQs later, so you all have it front and center. So 6 p.m. Central today is the deadline for the video pitch. 8 p.m. we're doing a little virtual celebration. So we'll share the solutions, we'll talk about next steps, and then do some extroverted shenanigans that Sandy will inspire us to do for a little bit. And I know we're losing our European colleagues for that, but that's why we started early on Friday, so we could catch our European colleagues. Now, we might catch our Asian colleagues, but we'll record that so you can benefit from that later as well. And then by midnight, the project documentation is due. So today, I think it will be really, really important, more than the other days, to work really efficiently and smart as a team, right? So not that you haven't done it, but maybe even more like divide and conquer, right? So maybe you have a group that starts by designing and building your prototype while someone in parallel starts storyboarding your video and researching how you might want to create the video, right? And then you bring the two together. So think about what can you already work in parallel about. And so let me talk through each of the deliverables really quickly. So what we want to have in the end, ideally, that's like the ideal, okay, is a functioning prototype. Now that could be, it's easy to think about an app or a website or something like that, right? So that's the ideal. Now, I know that some of the teams got a late start, right? Because of consolidation and time zones and things like that, right? So don't feel bad if you don't get to that high fidelity of a prototype. Whatever you get to is great. You know, we had discussed before, should we pick a winning team And we decided because of, that would be unfair because again, you got all different starts, plus you have all such unique topic areas. So we're not picking a winning team. You're all winners in our book. So, as far as you get with creating this solution, the better, right? The more we can get to, the more of a ready solution we have for others to pick up and use right away, right? But if we get to something that is lower fidelity, that's great too. Okay, just want to put that out there in terms of expectations. Now, so the pitch video, what's that? So there's a blurb about that in your project documentation template, so you can read about it. I'm also going to put it in the FAQ. But what in essence is that? So it's a 1 to 2 minute video that should describe, the challenge you hacked, why it's important, who's your target audience, and what's the solution, and how is the solution going to address the need, right? So in a nutshell. If you want to have some inspiration on video, so in the solutions spreadsheet that I posted, I think on Friday in the announcement channel, I posted, I think, 4 solution documentation from the V versus virus hackathon that I mentioned that Germany did. And that includes their video pitches. Now they're in German, so ignore that. But I think it gives you a sense for how they designed the videos. And you see there's 4 totally different ways of how they went about the video design. So from somebody just talking, from somebody's, sketch noting it through, right? From role playing or whatever, right? It can give you ideas on how you might want to design your video. So that's the video. And then the documentation. So that's due by midnight. And so somebody asked me about what's the level of detail for the documentation. So that's a great question. So I want to share with you how we're thinking about using it. So that might help, right? So as I said, you're all winners. So every team will get a page on our HR versus virus hackathon.org website outlining your solution that will include the pitch video, that will include the verbiage from your project documentation, that will include any additional visuals or anything, links to additional files. So for example, I know you are, or many of you did surveys. So if you can, pull together the service results in an anonymous fashion, and we can link to that, right? So think about it that way. That will become a web page, and somebody who's interested in the solution can pick up the solution, but can also understand how you got there, right? So somebody who wasn't part of your team. So think about that way when you create the documentation. And by the way, if some of you have not yet access to your project's Google Doc folder, ping me with your email address and your project team, and I'll give you access. So because that will be really important today, because that's where the project documentation template is. That's where you will upload the video, and that's where you upload any other files that you want to share. Okay. Oh, the other thing I wanted to highlight is, so I was part of an ideation session yesterday where we had, I think, 2 or 3 mentors who are really strong in ideation facilitation. And it was really great because not only were they able to help with the process, but also with ideas. So I just want to remind you today to really tap into that mentor pool. And I'll, if the mentors could be really hands-on today, that would be great. Also, again, all hands on deck, crunch time. There are mentors who know prototyping. I know many of you maybe have never prototyped, and it might be a little scary initially. Don't be scared. Go in it with an open mindset. What I can share with you is it's an amazing feeling. We all in HR usually work more in concepts, maybe programs, but to actually build a solution that can benefit somebody, you'll have such an accomplished feeling. It's amazing. And you can take that back to your work afterwards, right? So I just encourage you to keep an open mind as far as you get, try new things, try new tools. But so you can pull in mentors. So let's say maybe your prototype isn't as clear cut as an app or a website, right? It's maybe an experience or a service, and you're not sure what a prototype could be for that, right? That would be great to toss by a mentor to give you ideas and insights, what a prototype might be for that. We also have mentors who have very specific skills that can help you design your prototype. So we have people with graphic design background, coding, data analysis, sketchnoting, right? So look at the mentor skill sheet and the mentor channel and tap them individually, or like put a call out in the mentor channel. And again, mentors, if you can just, you know, try to be as hands-on as possible if your time allows, that would be awesome. Okay, so let me just check if we got my prototyping guest on board already, because she's from the West Coast, so I know it was early for her. If not, we'll jump into questions and then we'll get to her when she joins. Let's see. You guys can put questions already in the chat, and maybe we'll take questions. Yeah, let's take questions now if you have them. So we can wait till she joins. What questions do you have? I'm sure you have a lot of questions about today. Yeah, there come the questions. Good. I thought you might have a lot of questions today. So let's see. So should we do any testing of our prototypes? Depends. You know, you won't have time for any like comprehensive testing, right? Yesterday, I was kind of tossing around a little bit because I was inspired by what some teams did on the first day when they threw out like a survey the night before, like rough and dirty out on social media. If there's something that you can do like that, maybe you have 3 or something prototypes that you thought about and you're not sure, does anybody care or whatever, maybe throw them quickly out on social media and get some, you know, immediate reactions from people, what resonates and what not. You know, so think about something quick and dirty like that, that if you're not sure if something resonates, that you can just test really quickly, but you won't have the time probably to test very solidly. Let's see. Yeah, so what is the solution? Yeah. Yeah, so actually I was going to have Janine in my conversation with her kind of give us her expert point of view on that. So I'll have her add to what I'm saying in a little bit. So yes, solution. So yeah, so it could be an app, it could be a website, it could be a business case for something. It could be a script for something if it's a role, right? So it really depends on what your solution is. And that's why I'm suggesting pull in the prototyping experts, because they have experience translating that into a specific prototype. But those are examples of solution. I don't know exactly where some of your teams are, so I can't opine on that, all of the details, but that's sort of some examples of solutions. So the video samples, so they are in the, if you look in the announcements channel, I posted it's called, I think, a solution spreadsheet on Friday, where I asked, you know, check this out for solutions, add your own solutions to it. They're in there. So if you click on that spreadsheet, you can view them from there. Let's see. Yeah, well, you know, once this hackathon has concluded, what can we share online, share with our organizations? Yeah, great question. Yeah, so this is all meant to be open source. That's why I've encouraged you, and please continue to do so, to share already, you know, work in progress along the way on social media and in the Working Out Loud channel, because we want as many people to benefit from it as possible. So the videos will be all uploaded on the HR.Hackathon Alliance YouTube channel, so you can already follow that YouTube channel, so you get alerts of when the videos are posted. And then, as I said, there will be a web page for each of your solutions on the HR versus virus hackathon.org page, which you also can share. So you're welcome to share anything. It's meant to be open source. it's meant to be, you know, and I don't know yet what the solutions will be, but I assume maybe there will be some solutions that people can use right away, which would be great, right? So again, that will be all on the website, so you can share that. And then we will think, Sandy and I think through other ways how we can share this, how we can help, you know, build out some of the solutions if they are more like techie or something like that, right? Okay. Any other questions? No? No questions? You guys are all clear? All right, well then we'll close it out, and I'll record maybe a segment with Janine later when she is up on the west coast. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to record a segment with her and we'll post it on Slack. And I'll ask her to share some specific examples on prototypes, you know, that she's seen around service or experience. But then again, also feel free to tap her or some of the other mentors with prototyping skills in the mentor Slack channel. Okay, how does that sound?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And also, if I could ask everybody to, we're putting together a playlist for the hackathon. So if you could let us know what the song that you would want to include in the playlist, that would be great. You know, like People Who Need People.
Yay. Okay, should we post that in the, I can post that in the Slack as well as a reminder for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Sandy, any other parting words before we do our final freeze frame?
Yeah, no, so this is the last day for us to all be together in this way. So enjoy it, enjoy your prototyping, have fun, and yay. Oh, look!
We got little hackers today.
Yay. Awesome.
Cool. Okay, if you can turn on your video, let's do our final, like every day. And I was thinking we could do building, right? Today is all about building. So either gesture how you want to build, or maybe you have something that you build, so pull it in, or draw something about building. All right, I'll let you ponder that for a second. And then I'll count to 3. Maybe since we have a kid, maybe they can bring their Legos or something like that. That would be fun. All right, you guys all ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Freeze. All right, great. Have fun, everybody. Bye.
Have fun. Bye-bye.